should get there in a second. A little slow today. Make it of a marketer. Happy Friday to you, Jess and I here. And the big question, Jess, are we on January 30th, 2026, or is it January 30th, 2016? Because that's going to be the ultimate question based on how the internet's been acting lately.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear more about that. I think we're in 2026, like fully. We're
You're
already
fully in it.
fully in it. It's like you're gonna blink your eyes and it's gonna be the end of the year already.
Well, it also depends, I guess there's two things. Like, how are you living your life? Like, first off, I wouldn't say be on digital media for 17 hours a day. But if you were and you curated your feed lately, you would feel like across a lot of these channels, you're in 2016. So, it probably peaked already, kind of the trend, but I kind of want to take us back and take a look at like what this is about, what it means, like some of the numbers, some of the fun behind it, and like what is it about 2016 or even that era that's bringing some oomph out of us, and what are we seeing in 2026 where they connect the dots. So Jess, I wasn't sure if you're seeing a lot of posts about this. I did a few. TikTok, it like went crazy. It's actually a number. TikTok searches of 2016, just the year, went up 452% within a week. And then there's been more than 55 million videos that have been created by the app's filter named after 2016. So if I see a big number, 55 million videos utilizing that number, this is something really interesting for the internet. Wonder who's going to jump on this, especially around Super Bowl time, but we already see a lot of brands getting in the conversation.
This seems like a carry through with the 67 trend, which I still don't know what that was.
Hold on,
But
I'm
I
going to
did.
ask I'm going to ask AI for you, and I'm going to read what is the 67
And
trend.
I know that I'm not trending anymore. I know that it's fully past. But
Yes.
I would see these the food shorts that I watch on YouTube. They got into the trend last year where I would see them making food that's shaped in the number 67. So I was like, I know that this is out there or it was trending. I
Yeah.
still had no idea what it was.
The phrase 67 or 67 is a viral ambiguous slang term popularized by Gen Alpha, so not Gen Z, so it's younger than Gen Z, meaning anything from cool or lit to a nonsensical filler representing pervasive online culture with origins in a Skrilla song, so it comes from a song, in TikTok, also carrying meanings in love and spirituality, but generally used as an all-purpose descriptor for something positive or existing. So for a millennial, Jess, they say AI says lit or cool, but I'll also say for a millennial, it's probably more like YOLO. Remember when everyone was saying that because Drake mentioned it in a song?
I do. Now, did that come out in 2016? Because again,
That was
maybe we're
2010, like
20.
2010
Oh
type
boy.
era. So that's even like beyond us.
So I don't know. I think this is the number trend continuing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, so you think if you're an artist, so like they start that trend. We'll get this back into 2016, but if you remember, like we grew up like 2008s and 2010s and like all of that. Remember, like all the songs had some sort of like dance to them or some sort of online thing to them. There was all these challenges that popped up. The Dougie was a huge thing. Like, so I kind of feel like we're doing like, so if you're a musician, can you create something trendy like that and then leverage a TikTok of the world to take it into like a whole other meaning, almost intentionally?
I think we need to look to 50 Cent. We need to call on
Yeah.
50 Cent
Yeah.
to bring us there.
Well, he's before even the social media era. So like, he's like, that's a whole other, like the 50 era that was trending on TikTok. That might be his first viral uh, That might be his first viral social media thing because his music wouldn't have even existed then.
And you mentioned the Super Bowl. We also have the Olympics coming up next
Yeah.
week. I'm a huge Olympics fan, so there's total opportunity to capitalize on this 2016
Yes.
trend with the
Yeah.
Olympics as well.
And you'll see a lot of personal Instagrams, TikToks. You've been obviously highlighting Go Hoosiers, of course, with your championship, but Mendoza using LinkedIn as his primary channel, which was a new avenue that we've seen from a college athlete. So, curious thing on that is how they utilize that personal branding and like what do they attach to when they do so.
Oh man, don't even get me started on this. That is my curated feed right now. Curated LinkedIn feed. I'm
Yeah.
still deep in the
Yeah.
Indiana culture,
Yes.
the Mendoza the fame, the Mendoza LinkedIn connection, the takeover. Like I said the last episode, we are literally living in an alternate universe where Indiana University has the number one football team in the country, and two, LinkedIn is a trending social platform that is
Yeah.
being called out on
Yeah.
on major broadcasts, major sporting broadcasts. I can't believe it.
I'd love to see a report on that, how their uptick might have happened after that. Because we always see that on major broadcasts when something is mentioned, how a certain domain, whatever it might be, they get a surge in traffic. I bet you LinkedIn did because
Oh yeah.
BCS title game is pretty much like second to the Super Bowl in terms of viewership.
Yep. Yeah, and the first spot was during the Peach Bowl, and that was during the live broadcast where they pulled up Mendoza's profile, and this was before he put the open to work.
Yeah.
They pulled up his profile. They talked about, he still listed skills and communication. He didn't list, oh, he did list the Heisman. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. And the announcers were talking about it and tying it back to how he's such a fantastic professional ambassador and how he's so humble. So that
Yeah.
I was like, during the fourth quarter, are you kidding me? Like it was pretty amazing. And then for the national championship, I'm still very unclear. And I've been sharing all that I know with our brand director because she's crafting an incredible story about this moment and the phenomenon of Mendoza and LinkedIn and how the platform is evolving. But I saw a LinkedIn ad in the post game. So it's like I still don't have the tape, but it was in the post game coverage and it looked like a classified ad. So I don't think it was tied to any brand ambassador or partnership or anything like that. But what really took me by surprise was it was very scrappy.
Mhm.
But anyway, but it looked like a classified ad. So and I can't find it. So I don't know the full details, but it happened.
Yeah. Interesting. So I'm curious. So I don't know. We don't work in this room of LinkedIn, but I'm curious what they as a marketing team think about how they would expand on this and build on it. Like, do you during like draft day? So like that'll be a big thing. Like, does he go number one overall to the Raiders? Maybe, maybe not. What if they did a LinkedIn live broadcast from like his house? Because they do that during draft day. Like, what if they like really leverage this? As he's like a premier partner and he talks about his journey now to the NFL and tells a story through those ads, or through those posts. Like I can think of so many things that I would be trying to like reach out to his contacts right now and be pitching up if he's going to be a super user of the platform.
Well, if anything, I bet he will do something. So whether it's I love the video idea. Yeah, so doing the video, posting that video, you
Live
could do a
reaction.
live event. That would be
Yeah.
really cool. But I bet he's gonna do some type of video at least, or maybe changing of the profile. Maybe
Yeah.
like wherever he
Be a
gets
big
picked.
announcement. Yeah.
Yeah, then he'll tie it and he'll add it to his profile. At least that. But you're right. I think that this is a moment. And I bet you we have a very capable marketing team that is looking into
Everything. I'd
how
be
they're
throwing the
gonna.
house. Like, just this is one of these moments. This goes back to like some of my social media era, and this is where I would get into some, like good, not heated. I would say like good passionate debate sometimes with marketing directors because you have a plan, but then there's a celebrity attaching yourself now to your brand, and now like what you do next doesn't have the time for a formal plan. Like you, it's just like now I'm throwing the house. Like if this guy is going to market for us, I'm bringing everything I've got to like try to amplify his voice. So we're looking for the customer and we're making sure their voice is amplified and their story is told, but also how's it told through our brand. And I think that there's like a meaningful connection there. But speed means a lot in these situations because I guarantee you that they see that and you're a competitor channel, you're bringing an idea to him as well. So I'm like, I love that. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, but I just love those discussions.
Totally. To be the fly on the wall.
I know. So let's even take this back now, 2016. Let's talk about some of the things that were going on there. So, we're talking about playlists and what are trends. Justin Bieber, Drake, I was reading like they were kind of the trendy folks 10 years ago. Still big names, obviously, in 2026. Pikachu was being found on Pokemon Go. I don't know if you remember that being a huge thing. That was a Snapchat trend that took off as people were tracking how they were playing that game. And then it wouldn't be that year without the mannequin challenge. Now, I've seen the mannequin challenge coming back across TikTok where it was actually trending as a modern day version of it. So, what this leads me to believe, Jess, like, what do I take out of it? Why are users, 55 million of them, wanting to involve themselves in 2016 content? They want that old school fun, like just throw stuff at the wall social media. Like, and that not only 2016, but that dominated the 2010s. They're looking for that. Like, I think they are actively searching for that content because there's too much noise. This is like me. I'm going to go to a different place here. I think there's too much noise on social media. So they are searching for this. So if I'm a brand right now, Jess, I'm asking myself, am I putting out noise or am I putting out stuff that the users and customers want? So that if they can figure out how to connect this, my eyes are on the Super Bowl and who takes advantage of this trend right now.
Mm-hmm. You are spot on. I absolutely agree. And you have to think too about the AI and how now that is totally a part, integrated in our environment and the
Mhm.
way that we use social. I mean, people, it enables you to create content at a different level, different speed than ever before. So it's like, yeah, I see people just churning out content now. Like it's nobody's business. So you're right. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of noise. I think it's so much harder to break through. And then you're right. They're looking back at past trends, and there's also that nostalgia aspect to it as well.
Yeah. I
And
almost feel like we're introducing Gen Z and Gen A, like what our social media was. I'm almost saying it's kind of fun for millennials. Like, I think it'd be fun for a marketer to do this. This is what we did. And it's like so unpolished and so unhinged. And like, I feel like that's become a thing now. Like, millennials are like the unhinged era. And maybe we're like introducing that. Like, I don't know. I feel like like you can tell me if I'm wrong, Jess, but doesn't it feel like younger generations? Like I think that they are a lot more business savvy. That they might have some different type of go getter attitudes than maybe some of us did because of the technology they have at their hands. But I think they're almost like trapped by it. Like you have to check all these boxes and do all these things. Where millennials were just like we just did stuff, and like I think we're bringing that to the game.
totally.
You know?
It's
I
like the idea of maybe in our generations or our parents' generations where they would just send us out, go play for the full day, and it's like, yeah, well,
Yep.
we'll call you in when it's dinner time. That's how I
Yeah, that's how
So
I
like,
envision it. Yeah.
yes.
And that's where something too, like, so we think about what are we telling marketers right now on this program? We're probably more unhinged marketing because I think you listen to a lot of marketing podcasts and they probably tell you all the things you have to do right now to stay relevant. And it's going to be a lot of AI talk. I've been putting a lot of thought into this, Jess. Let me know if I sound off base or not. So, like, if you were looking at our careers right now and they were saying, Jess and Andy, what should they be doing right now to further themselves? They'd be like, we got to learn AI. Like, so of course I am. Like, even for some of the new stuff we've done on the podcast, we use a Riverside, so it transcribes the entire podcast. I uploaded the entire transcription to ChatGPT and told it to write a newsletter from this transcript. It was able to do that. And I'm utilizing two different techniques along with embedding short form videos into the newsletter, which also uses AI from a separate platform, Opus Clip. So I'm using three AI functions to get there. Now, like, I enjoy the product that we're putting out for the customer, but I actually will be pretty open that I don't enjoy being an AI enthusiast. Like, I actually don't like posting about AI. I don't like saying, check out this AI product. I instead see it as a means to like help capture my passions. And I almost feel like that's frowned upon by super serious marketer right now because they'll tell you everyone needs to be an AI expert. Where I kind of like want to pivot, I want to zag a little bit. And I want to know how I use AI to uplift the skills that I'm more passionate about. Because I have to be real, I don't know if I feel passionate about AI, and I just can't force that.
Hmm. I agree. And maybe this is contrarian, but I actually think the AI is more aligned with your thinking. And the
Yep.
reason I bring this up is there's an incredible chat GTP commercial that ran all through the football season, or actually closer towards the end. That's the reason why I saw it, is
Yeah.
because I was watching football. I don't usually watch live TV, and it's this incredible commercial talking, and I just love the design, the music, everything about it. And it's usually a person like doing something. So maybe it's like running in the snow. That was the last one that I saw, or like putting together a running plan, or looking how to build a skill. And then the AI just lists, or the chat
Yeah.
GTP just lit. It's just like a scroll through everything you can do to up level that skill.
And I
And
think they're a
I
good
thought it
marketing
was,
case study.
yeah, and I'm like,
I
this
think
is
they get it.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so
I've
I
always
think it's
felt
more in
like
line.
Yeah, I feel like they get it. Like
Yeah.
I've always said, like out of all the products, the ChatGPT, OpenAI, like their products in terms of a marketing sense, like I think they're talking to us. I do think there's a lot of like more of like your B2B products that did never have advertised AI in their life. And then out of nowhere, it's like product AI and it's like really talking at them. Like I know exactly how I use ChatGPT in my daily life. For some of these other products, I don't understand like where their what their angle is. And it's kind of like it almost like forces it's making marketers feel like they have to use all this jargon where 55 million people talking about 2016, that tells me I don't know if they want to talk about AI. Like they want to talk about how you make them better and like kind of this like fun, loose, unhinged style of social media. So I don't know. Like I just don't know like if you pull out a Venn diagram and figure out how you get to the middle of that, what's the easiest way, but that's how I would be thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely. The place that we're in right now, you have to look past the nurturing. So like talking about I don't think is going to nurture your community. It's like what you're saying, talking about the skills needed to get to the place that you need to go is a good nurture, but the AI is really, in my view, it's the growth play right now. So
Yeah.
you need, like, you using the AI, or us using the AI to get to those short videos which are the invitation to the customer or to the people that we want to listen to the show to come into and become more engaged and then go to an actual episode to
Yeah.
listen in full. And then the newsletter piece, like using AI for the newsletter to again like consolidate the information, but then also increase our credibility and increase our discoverability. But like all of these things, it's like the AI is all about growth because it's increasing our discoverability. And right now we need growth. We have a great community and we're going to continue to nurture the community with our podcast episodes, but we also need to bring more people into
Yeah.
the community because we are here to help others that would find value in this content, other marketers that are looking to grow
I gotta
themselves.
find it efficiently too. Like I always gotta think of that because even for a podcast, like there are your top like one percenters that will listen to whole episodes, but for the majority, like a podcast users, even the most popular ones, you kind of pick and choose which episodes are right for you, or even you start off on 45-second clips and newsletters to try to learn something, and you might digest a little, come back digest a lot later. So I think efficiency is always going to be a key element um, in how you utilize any type of AI tool. But I do believe that it doesn't have to be the whole conversation. It's just to be a tool that aids you into the
Totally.
conversation.
And we're at a place where we can't sleep on it. We have to use it in some capacity to get to that growth stage. I mean, we're already a little bit ahead of the curve. When did we go to video? Was that last year or was it 2 years ago?
For the video podcast,
Yes, like when
we did.
we.
I think season one we started dabbling in it,
Okay.
but we
Oh,
didn't.
really?
We
Oh,
didn't do the
yeah.
short form cuts till later on.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm thinking of YouTube. You're right. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, we've been doing video for a
for a
while. So yeah,
while.
we
Yeah,
are already we are a little bit ahead of the curve. But for some of these other podcasts that they may have like a huge community, just from a broadcast perspective or from a non-video perspective, but it's like you can't sleep on it. They have to. They
yeah,
have to go on video. That
yeah.
is a way that everyone is migrating
Digesting.
towards.
Yeah,
And what you were saying as well, like we talked about this at the end of last year, which was just a month ago,
yeah.
but being more mindful and meaningful in what platforms we're going to start to build up. So like YouTube is one of our major priorities this year, and it has to be just given the way that the environment is now.
Yeah. And now the search engines work. It's a big video search engine, which
Hmm.
even dates back to 2016. So let's like close on this. Like, this is your surprise. What, Jess? Like, what were you doing in 2016? Like, if you were to be doing TikTok videos and illustrating like where you were in life, like what would that look like for you?
I've Oh boy, I can't remember. Let's see. I was a year into living in San Francisco, so I'm trying to remember what I was doing. It was probably, oh, you know what? It was a lot of a client entertainment, a lot of face-to-face contact. I remember I did a lot of just relationship building sessions with food trucks. The food
Yep.
truck craze was just coming into play
Yep.
into San Francisco. So, we pulled up to the agencies with a food truck and everyone loved it. Like
Yep.
I remember that. What else? Yeah, trying to have these like real connections. So maybe you're right. Maybe this is closer to 2026 than I'm
Yep.
realizing. But just really like the face to face, those connections and really building relationships and having that contact.
I was doing a lot of small business then. So that was actually 2016 is the year I transferred out of radio into marketing agencies. So my first experiences from marketing agencies are local restaurants, local HR firms, local engineering firms. Like it was all like these small businesses that were looking to. Usually, we prioritized Facebook back then. There were talks back then of like we were trying to add Snapchat as a channel, so that'll like really date everybody in terms of that. But paid media budgets, we're talking like a couple $100s a month. Like, we're going and pitching a couple $100 why you should use social media and we'll run your organic channels. So that shows like just how different that was. But, a day could be working in the office or it would be in Houston, Texas, where you could drive for an hour and a half and still be in Houston. So we would sometimes meet multiple clients a day and we'd be driving all over. And the one thing I always had to do if we had to do that is that it would be so hot that you sweat through your clothes there, even in your car. It's just impossible to cool down during certain months of the year. So I would bring different sets of shirts for client meetings and have them in my car and switch them out somewhere so it didn't look like I've been sweating through everything. So, there you go. That's an authentic 2016 experience.
I see a lot of marketing potential
Yeah.
with that. You could
Yeah.
do a shirt in the desk, add
Yeah.
multiple shirts, like changing things out. I don't know the truck thing. I feel like if you were doing small business with restaurants, we could have had a connection there. But I don't know, food trucks in the summer in Houston may not
Hey,
be.
it's in Austin. They have they had a whole food truck like there was a whole parking lot. Now Austin is like in what a lot of people would agree is like the birth of food trucks. Like they've existed in other places, but it got more mainstream there. They used to have entire parking lots that were just food trucks, and it was like a mall of them you would go through. But yeah, it'd be like 103 degrees outside, and people would be doing that. So you better be hydrated when you're going to your food truck.
Oh, there you go.
You know?
There's plenty of hydration messaging right now.
Oh yeah, liquid
That's
death.
trending. Yes, what is it? The Stanleys. It's
Oh
all
yeah,
about like, yeah. How are you hydrating? I mean, this is Tom Brady's the
yeah,
POV to the extreme. I'm trying to remember what his book was, but he has a hydration method,
yeah,
and he listed it in his book. And I mean, it's spot on. But I just always find it funny that Tom Brady. Oh,
yeah.
but think about that. Now I'm thinking the Tom Brady connection, the Super Bowl, the Patriots are gonna be
Well,
involved.
yeah,
So
he'll
here we
probably be
go.
on commercials.
Yeah, there you go. Tom Brady talking about hydration
Yeah,
during the Super Bowl
I
20
mean,
2016
if
flashback here.
if I could, what's he at like 46 now, something like that. If I could make myself look like that in my late 40s, I feel like I buy into hydration. I'll be like, I did something right because that dude is in better shape like at 46 than I think your average like 22-year-old is. So like whatever he's selling, I would buy into it.
Yes, I'm not trying to knock him. I have major respect for Tom Brady. I think there's a little bit more than hydration
That's
happening,
true.
but
His
yes,
nutrition.
I agree
Yeah.
with you. Yeah,
Yeah. His nutrition is very good too.
yeah,
Like he does a lot of things.
yes.
If we ever get a personal chef, like that's a life goal
Mhm.
right there. That's how you could look like Tom Brady. And but
Yes.
um that is a whole thing in itself. I've watched TikToks of like personal chefs for athletes. Like, could you that's probably a job that has some stories right there.
Definitely. And those types of videos are also trending on YouTube. And I've noticed that some of these food creators, they'll play the joke that, oh, I'm a personal chef and this is what I cook for my clients. And
Yeah,
meaning like it would be a mom saying like, oh, here's me personal chefing
yeah,
with my kids and husband, but I'm calling them clients. And people love those videos.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
2016. Yeah. Well, that will wrap us up for today in 2026 as we watch this trend. So we'll carry on some, what we introduced something just Super Bowl discussion. I think that's something we continue on as we always do on the program into our next episode. So we'll be on a watch for what brands are doing it right, which ones are taking some risks, which ones are just running back the playbook over and over again and burning millions of dollars doing it. But we'll be on watch no matter what. So I'm looking forward to that soon.
Definitely. So I have a prediction. Let's see what happens with Sydney Sweeney's new lingerie brand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whole thing talk about there about how she
Yes.
like wrapped the Hollywood sign and got in trouble. We didn't even touch that today, which we
Well,
can
that's
touch
what, well,
on.
now, well, as you were speaking, I'm like, well, that kind of, I mean, it's splashy and you have to be splashy just based on what we said with all the noise. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this could be 2020 or 2016 trend.
it is. That's something you would have done in 2016.
Yes.
Like it's again, 2010s were unhinged. Like at some point we started doing hinged marketing, if that's such a word. So yeah, that falls in the era of time.
So here we go, full circle. It's all
Oh,
connected.
circle. Time's a circle. We'll talk to everyone soon and have a good weekend. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.